From over 100 contestants, only 3 remain.
We're looking for that amateur who can make it to the top as a professional chef. Someone who can handle the pressure and still turn out great food.
I'm not going to hang around behind. I'm going to be number 1.
2 expert judges to decide who wins.
And there's only 1 in 1,000 who's got what it takes.
The title is within my grasp.
The prize, to work in a top restaurant.
Cooking does not get tougher than this. Whoever wins this, it's going to change their life.
I want to challenge myself and I really want to do something with my life.
MasterChef is going large. In last week's semi-finals, Peter, Daxa and Dean were tested to the limits. They cooked with military precision for the Royal Marine Commandos in sub-zero conditions. They catered for top celebrities in London. And their food was judged by the country's most respected food critics.
This steak is absolutely exactly as I ordered it.
Now they're through to the final week, and the challenges are about to get tougher.
This is a nightmare.
Today they face only one test, cooking at one of the most famous kitchens in the world, the Ritz.
Pressure, come on!
They'll be cooking dishes designed to test their cooking weaknesses. And their customers are no ordinary diners, but exceptional chefs who will be expecting professional standards. They'll need to prove that they can overcome their cooking weaknesses and pull together as a team to run this 5-star hotel kitchen.
There's only 3 of us left, and one of us is going to, win MasterChef. And I'd love it to be me. But I know the other 2, they're incredibly strong, in their own areas. And I just need to make sure that, that I'm possibly just a little step higher than the other 2 at the end of it.
Being one of the 3, having come this far, I keep trying to tell myself, just relax, don't get in a state, enjoy the ride, because I think ultimately what it's about with me is when I'm feeling good, my food is good. If I feel tense, that tension comes out in the food that I cook.
I never, ever believed that I'll be sitting here in the finals to where I was last year, to where I am now. It's fantastic, I just feel great.
Playtime is over. It is the finals, the last 3. It's time for you to show us all the things that you've learnt, all the things that you've seen, all the knowledge that has been gained so far. Guys, we want to see if you can win this competition.
It's early morning, and Dean, Daxa and Peter arrive at the Ritz, one of the most prestigious hotels in the world, whose guests have included Winston Churchill, Edward VIII, Charlie Chaplin and Noel Coward. The Ritz kitchen employs over 50 chefs hand-picked from top restaurants around the world. And executive chef John Williams demands the highest standards from all of them. Peter, Dean and Daxa have a daunting challenge ahead.
You're cooking for chefs, and some very famous chefs at that. This is the Ritz. We have very exacting standards. Can you imagine serving some food in the Ritz that wasn't quite right? It's unthinkable. Follow me, and away we go.
Yes, please.
The contestants will be cooking an extremely difficult 3-course meal. Not for ordinary customers, but for 7 high-profile chefs and the general manager of the Ritz Hotel. Each contestant will be responsible for a single course that has been designed to challenge their weak areas. Can they confront their cooking demons and triumph? They'll be using some of the world's most expensive ingredients: truffles, gold leaf, foie gras and lobster.
Have you ever seen fresh truffle before? It's a £700 a kilo. Smell it.
Cooking at this level demands time-consuming preparation, and they have to complete it by their deadline. Judges John Terode and Greg Wallace will be watching over them to see if they can succeed in their hardest cooking challenge yet. Dean is in charge of the starter, Peter the main, and Daxa the pudding. Dean is making the most intricate dish, Eggs Fab. It's a luxurious starter, using a duck eggshell as a mould. This is lined with medallions made from truffle that has been inserted into pasta. And then it's filled with lobster mousse.
I think I'm working with about £100 worth of truffle today, and it doesn't actually look a great deal for your money. I'm going to need every single bit I've got, so if I mess up, then I'm going to be in big trouble with chef.
At the heart of the dish is a quail's egg. This is a dish that requires finesse, something that Dean's cooking has lacked. During the semi-finals, Dean proved he's a hard worker.
Dean, take a bow, mate. You've impressed the Royal Marine Commandos. Very well done indeed.
But he's often struggled to pull off sophisticated dishes.
It's a bit cakey.
He needs to prove he can turn out advanced, professional food with finesse.
I know I've really got to up my game now, and hope the others have maybe a few bad days. You never know.
The menu design means he has to attempt a show-stopping dish, but it's one that even an experienced chef would find hard. Can he really pull this off?
As far as I can work out, you've probably got the most daunting task. It's the most complex to get right.
No, it's not the sort of dish I'll probably ever sort of cook again, you know, with that amount of ingredients. It is an honour to actually get the chance to work with some of these ingredients.
Peter is on the main course, fillet steak. This will be served with ravioli filled with foie gras and mushrooms. He also has to make a red wine sauce. This dish has to be cooked at the last minute, which means he has to be very organised.
The most important bit is actually going to happen just at the moment before service. So that's when the heat's really on.
Peter has always been comfortable cooking French food, but timing is his greatest weakness.
I owe you an apology immediately. I'm going to be approximately 2 minutes behind schedule.
Well, maybe it's worth waiting for.
I let myself down when I get into a panic and a muck sweat and I'm running out of time and I chase around like a lunatic. I know I can do it. I absolutely know I can.
This dish will force him to conquer his timing problem. Serving late food to a table of chefs is unthinkable.
Peter, looks like you've got a big manly job on your hands.
I've got a hell of a manly job on my hands.
You've been left with this piece.
I've been left with these 2 pieces of meat and I'm going to take the skin and the fat off, end up with really nice centre fillets.
We know about the timing issue with the critics' dinner. Are you able to control yourself enough to be able to just get that timing absolutely right?
Yes is the short answer, and I will do it by constant monitoring of my own level of panic.
Daxa's dish is Soufflé Rothschild, a dessert that requires the recipe to be followed to the letter if the soufflé is to rise.
Please make sure you check it, because if this is wrong, the soufflé is gone.
No, Chef, I checked
Okay?
this earlier on.
I am so trusting you.
She must also make the vanilla ice cream served with it from scratch. Daxa is a gifted home cook of Gujarati food.
Things are looking up.
But in professional kitchens, she's constantly challenged by having to cook unfamiliar cuisines.
I don't know anything about French cooking. All I know is the word escargot.
Once again, she's faced with a dish that is new to her.
I've never made a soufflé before, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Soufflés are notorious for being difficult to make, even for pro chefs. And if it doesn't rise, she'll not be able to serve it.
Hiya.
Hiya.
You okay, Daxa?
I'm very well, thank you.
Tell us about the soufflé.
The soufflé, I mean, I haven't actually understood it quite well. This is all to do with Michelin star. You've got to have it nice, presented, right? With Indian food, you just put it on the plate and you eat it, basically. I need to sit down and have a look at it properly and then get on with it.
They now have just 2 hours left before service, and time is passing quickly. They each have a long list of things to prepare, and they're all behind schedule.
We are taking too long for jobs that should take seconds.
Okay, chef.
Yes, chef.
Dean is already running into problems. He's put too much creme fraiche in his sauce.
What we're going to do with that?
Yeah, it's too sloppy, chef.
That's the word, it's sloppy. It's like porridge. You're now making me nervous. I keep thinking that you're much better than what you are, obviously.
No, I just, hopefully I'll be able to prove it to you by the end of the night, chef.
Time's cracking on. You want me to do it for you?
No, chef.
Sure?
Yeah, I want to learn myself.
Then make sure you get it right. And just drain some of it off. Just by knocking.
He has to shake the extra moisture out through a sieve.
Come on, make it happen, make it happen. I thought you were a workhorse.
I am, chef.
These are the things that are losing us time. We've got the right texture now, huh?
Yes, chef.
See how much work is made when you do something wrong?
Yeah, I know.
If we keep on having little mishaps like this, we're not going to be ready for the function tonight.
The level of food that we're expected to produce tonight, you know, is going to be right up there. So it's been a hard day.
But he's determined to prove he can cook refined food. The lobster mousse and truffles are in their mould. Now he is adding quail's eggs that have been partly boiled to the centre of the mousse. During service, the egg moulds will be baked, but the quail's eggs in the middle must remain soft-centred. To achieve this level of perfection, Dean's cooking must be faultless. Daxa is worried about her vanilla ice cream mixture.
Just a little minute longer, and then it'll actually thicken up a little touch more. Stay there for a minute or so, okay?
A minute or so, yeah. Thank you, chef.
She requires reassurance from Chef John at every stage.
Cook a little touch more. Just a touch more.
Touch more, yeah?
Yeah.
Chef.
And her constant rushing around is wasting time.
Oh, a little bit more.
More than a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
The ice cream mix is finally ready to go into the freezer.
Okay.
You just touched it at the bottom, so it's...
She needs to get on with the rest of her dish, or she'll have to make her soufflé during service, which will pile on the pressure.
Chef, I think you just don't want to dive into it. I'd rather be a little bit late than do something wrong. That's the way I am. That's the way I work. So I know chef's going to give me a right telling off for being late, but I'd rather do it properly, you know?
Peter's concentrating on his foie gras and mushroom ravioli. He has to squeeze all the air out of each one, or they'll come apart during cooking.
They're not so easy to make, are they?
Not like this, they're not, no.
I want to see every one of those ravioli, because if they burst, we're in trouble, huh? The water will just soak straight in. You don't want that.
This is a nightmare. I can't get the air out of this.
It's fiddly work, and the diners are due to arrive in half an hour.
No, this is not good. I'm not doing this right. I'm going to have to... Where's the bloody pasta machine gone?
Let me give you a hand, Pete.
He has to speed up. Everyone pitches in to help, but the ravioli are not coming out to his satisfaction.
Do you make the pasta this thin for this type of ravioli? You make it a bit thicker, I think. I think that's the answer.
Peter's realised that the pasta is too thin. He gets Dean to roll thicker pasta and manages to finish his ravioli.
I just don't think that as amateurs we work at the same speed as professionals. Anything like. So still got a long way to go.
Dean, Peter and Daxa are working flat out to get the final stages finished. Daxa is starting her soufflé mix. Peter is lending her a hand and scooping out her ice cream. And Dean is preparing his garnish. It's 6:30. The guests will be arriving in the next 15 minutes.
Do you think they're going to be able to handle it properly? Do you think they're going to be able to cope with the pressure today?
Well, they're doing okay. They're just falling behind a little bit.
Dean's got quite a complicated task there.
Yeah, a speciality of mine, which is an egg Fabergé. It's a quail egg, which is set in a lobster mousseline with a mosaic of truffles and pasta. And the egg has to be soft in the middle. So far, he's actually pulling it together. He's a little bit behind time, but he is pulling it together.
What about Peter?
I'm sure he's been around food a little bit more. Some of the different ingredients he was able to pick up very quick. He understands food. But Daxa has been running around like I don't know what. So, you know, but I thought that was actually a little bit busy doing nothing.
Right.
So it's, you know, she hasn't actually completed a lot.
Time is running out. The guests have arrived. 7 top league chefs and the director of the Ritz. Between them, they have run kitchens of some of London's best hotels, including Claridge's, the Savoy and the Connaught.
Now it's service. This is where the pressure really goes on. This is where it's got to be absolutely right. This is where the timing has to be perfect. And they've got to make sure everything goes out hot, beautiful, precise. This is where it gets really, really tough.
8 o'clock. Okay. 8 on the dot. Thank you. They're already pressurizing me, so we have to go, yeah? Pressure, come on! Everybody knows what they're doing?
Dean's Eggs Fabergé are up first. He must cook them to the minute, or the quail's eggs will become hard inside and the dish will be ruined. Teamwork is vital now, so they can get the food out on time.
You just blanch in and out, yeah?
Daxa is taking care of Dean's cucumber garnish. Peter is keeping an eye on Dean's sauce. Dean's eggs are ready to be taken out of their shells. It's an anxious moment. Will they be up to scratch?
Yes, chef.
We're going to move in about 3 minutes, so come on, crack on, yeah?
The eggs have come out of their moulds and they look good, but the real test will be the eating. The quail's eggs must be soft inside for Dean to have really pulled this off.
We're dressing up now. We will be exactly 2 minutes, no more. Thank you. If you need to cut a little bit off the bottom, cut a little bit off the bottom. Yeah? Just let them sauce, let them sauce. They're ready, they're waiting.
Has Dean finally proved that he can master food at this level of refinement?
But I do have to.
Success. Dean has cooked the eggs perfectly.
I find it difficult to understand how anyone that's only been in the kitchen such a short space of time can produce something to that quality.
Good evening. Hi, I'm Dean. Thank you very much. Do you enjoy your starter?
Very nice, very nice. How many times did it take you to make that?
All the ones that we put out were available to come up for service.
Well done.
Full marks to you.
Thank you very much.
Did you actually prepare each element of the dish yourself?
Yes, but we worked as a team to bring it all together at the end. And I'm pretty sure they need me now, so I'm going to have to rush off, I'm afraid. Otherwise, you're going to end up waiting for your mains. All right, enjoy the rest of your meal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, wide awake and absolutely buzzing, and this is what I want to do.
Dean returns to help in the kitchen, where Peter has been feeling the pressure. It's his fillet steak next. The steak, ravioli and mushrooms have to be cooked just before they're served, which puts Peter under a lot of stress. But he's prepared. The ingredients are in the pan and everything is under control. It looks like Peter has finally mastered his timing problem, with the dish going out according to plan. But will it meet the discerning standards of the chefs?
It's done this quite nicely, actually.
If I'd cooked that as a non-professional for the first time, I would go home. I would not sleep tonight. I would be so proud of what I put on that plate. And they've really done something quite remarkable.
I think it's a great dish.
Good evening again, gentlemen. I trust you've enjoyed everything so far. Thank you very much. Thank you.
How did you find it?
Absolutely exhilarating, and not a little exhausting as well. Yeah.
In the kitchen, Daxa is panicking about her dessert. The final parts of the soufflé mix have to be made at the last minute.
Keep it mixed.
And she's not coping well under the pressure.
Lovely, fine.
Just need to go into the machine.
Fine. Keep that mixing.
There's a lot to do, and she's a man down.
Is that full speed?
Yes, it is, chef.
Okay. We're really, really under pressure. Have we got the bowl?
Where's Pete gone?
What's your feeling and understanding of what you've served today?
Today's experience is completely unparalleled in my life. That final 10% that turns something from very good and very acceptable into exceptional.
The diners still haven't released Peter, and without a third person to help, Daxa is sent into a flat spin.
Get the brush.
Nice and quick, come on. Come on, come on.
Make sure there's equal amount, yeah?
Yes.
Equal amount.
We could be a little bit under pressure, but we'll go for it. I think we will be, but I'll push for it. Thank you. Cheers. Guys, I tell you now, that telephone call is going to give me trouble. We're 10 minutes behind.
They all help fold in the egg whites.
No, we're a little bit late. We're a little bit late. I just want you to mix in like that, okay? You need a spatula. Get a spatula, quick. You there?
Yes, chef.
Now you fold it in, huh? Come on, come on. Time is of the essence. Chef, can I clear? You can clear, we're not ready yet.
Dean, get that, will you? 180 degrees.
You got a scissor? Give me some scissors.
Daxa and Dean pipe the soufflé mix into the bowls, but they still have to be baked.
Come on, come on.
The soufflés go into the oven. If she's made any mistakes, they'll not rise.
Okay. Okay, now.
Okay.
In the freezer, there's a fresh panic. Daxa's not happy with Peter's ice cream scoops.
It was supposed to be teamwork. Teamwork means helping each other out and making sure the jobs are done properly. When I was supposed to help him, I was there. So I'm a bit cheesed off with the whole issue now.
Daxa.
Yeah.
Don't panic, all right?
Yeah.
You've got 15 minutes, right?
Hey, he should have done the job in the first place. He should have done it right.
Panic.
You know, at the end of the day, you know?
John tries to calm her down.
I'm not happy with them.
Keep it together.
Yes, chef.
Yeah? Got to stay strong. You're doing a great job. There's no worry. Don't worry, yeah?
Yes, chef.
You're going to have a fantastic soufflé there.
No, that's not
Everybody's going to be jealous.
So well done to you.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The chefs finally release Peter, and he rushes back to try and help.
I will, chef.
Daxa, I'm back. Can I help?
I've done the mint and I've done the vanilla pod. Are you listening? I've done the vanilla pod and I've done the mint. All you need to do is put the ice cream on there. Pete, be careful of the vanilla pods, don't break.
Peter is making up for lost time by taking jobs off Daxa's hands.
Yes, chef.
Move along, guys.
Just knock it on, dust them over the top, yeah?
Just in between the top. Yeah.
You pick the nicest ones that you want.
Yeah.
You put it on there, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring
Chef,
the
these trays going on
and
to...
set it.
Peter, down below.
The soufflés have risen. It's all hands on deck as Daxa, Peter and Dean plate up the pud before the soufflés cool down.
Service.
Okay, chef.
Next one.
All right, relax.
No. Next one, yeah.
Take that off.
Before today, Daxa had never made a soufflé, and now she's serving them to professional chefs. But how will they go down?
They had to make the ice cream here as well.
The soufflé is always a great test. I mean, not just amongst amateur cooks, but also amongst chefs.
If I cooked a soufflé like that, I always have terrible luck with them. I would be very, very happy.
Yeah. It's a dish that we'd have at the Ritz menu. I just think she's done really, really well.
And how many times do you actually practice that dish before?
First time ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Well done.
Well done,
It was well executed dish.
well done.
Well done, you. Well done.
Thank you so
It was
much.
lovely.
And the egg is still soft. Isn't that brilliant? Well done. I think there were a few fraught moments for all of us, but I think that's inevitable, thrown into a situation like this, which we're unused to. But I think we worked well individually and as a team.
I found that Dean was there to help me throughout. But Peter disappeared. Yeah? He disappeared.
Peter obviously had his obligation to go and speak to the guests, which left Daxa a member down. And You know, I think she sort of struggled slightly just because of that fact, you know, and took it on herself to really try and do more than she should have.
Well, it was hard work because we got behind a little bit, and it was pushing. We had to push the guys to really get them there. But I think each time, each course came, they served up and they did very, very well indeed.
Now let's talk about Dean.
The taste of Dean's sauce, the taste of the mousse, was actually very, very good. If you've seen the finished product that went out, you say, wow, that was very, very good.
And Peter?
I think he did well. He was also under pressure, I might add. He had the ravioli cooking, the sauce, the mushrooms, the button onions, lots of tasks.
I need to know how Daxa got on.
She was working under pressure. However, you know, she actually come together in the end. It was just the pressure of actually building up and getting it on time, which really caught up with her.
If you're going to have a quiet moment, not in front of the others, and you're going to put your arm around one of them and say, look, well done. Which one?
Honestly, they had a very, very tough task here today. And I would give every one of them the gold star.
Today, all 3 contestants have faced their cooking demons and triumphed. Dean has excelled. He's pulled off a show-stopping dish and proved he can cook food with the wow factor.
It's very, very hectic, actually, you know, getting 8 portions of food out. And to be honest with you, it gave me a real buzz. And, you know, I really want more of the same.
Peter has mastered his problem with timing and turned out an excellent dish.
I honestly believe that if I stay focused, I have definitely got it in me to win.
Daxa had success with a complex dessert that even chefs find tough, but she lost her nerve and panicked in the process. With the MasterChef title within her grasp, she needs to focus if she's to stay in the running.
Because at the end of the day, I want to win. The whole reason I have reached this stage, not because I want another person to win, I want to win.
They've met with success today, but tomorrow the stakes are raised. All 3 contestants will have to up the ante as they fight for the title of MasterChef.
I probably wouldn't be very happy being served it, I've got to say.
They won't take it being late.
The biggest concern is the amount of time that we've got.
Still not cooking, guys. I need to sort this out. It can't go out like that.
That was the hardest challenge so far in the whole of the competition.